Hello and welcome to another episode of the Three Fever Point After podcast. I'm Alex Anderson here with my man Jeff Harper. And Coach, we got another special guest tonight, a guest that KTBS viewers would probably recognize by now.
Oh yeah, Big Brady Prine, Mike Becker for Parkway. So
love it. And our Griffins Player of the Week. So I guess first, Brady, what are you going to do with that game ball, man?
Man, I'm going to put it in my trophy room.
Heck yeah. That is a special thing, that Bob Griffin signed ball, and a few people, not many people have it. Not many teams are able to get one. So we're glad that you were able to get one this week. And you guys obviously having a great year, still unbeaten. What do you think's been kind of the secret to success for the Panthers this year?
Just everyone working together, having fun at practice, just enjoying the games early.
And y'all have a lot of seniors, right? You being one of them.
Yes.
Talk to me about that leadership group and how important that you've been to that team.
I mean, everyone's got to work together. Me being the Mike backer, I'm out there telling people plays, helping them out. Whenever someone doesn't know where to go, we got to step up. And even some of the younger guys, all of us seniors are just helping them out for the next generation.
And obviously last year was crazy for you guys. And I mean, how much do you think that helped in the end, that you were able to go through what you went through and really come out having a pretty good year? How were you able to kind of transfer that into this season?
I mean, yeah, a lot of the younger guys just stood up then too, because half those guys that were taken out were seniors, so everyone had to just step up.
Yeah, for sure. And Coach, I mean, we normally have quarterbacks here, so
yeah.
You were the one that said, "Hey, I can get Brady Prine in here," and why was that?
Well, Brady is he's a one of one. He's a very unique player. He's very unassuming. He's not a rah-rah guy where he's got to be out and be the center of attention. But as a Mike backer, when you watch film, he stands out. And Mark Copenhaver, who plays safety, he's another one that stands out. But with Brady, I've known him since he was little. I'm friends with his parents, and we watch game film a lot when he's ready to get ready for an opponent. And there's an investment there. You want to see a kid like Brady succeed, but at the same time, it does go overlooked because we talk offensive football so much. Right. We're talking about stats, we're talking about passing numbers, we're talking about scores. If you turn on Brady's highlights just from last year, some of the things that he does in the game, you're like, wow, why do we not talk about defensive players more? I mean, there's a play, I think you played, it was a Menden game. He's covering a wheel route, and he's in the box. And Menden's got athletes, they all can fly. He runs the guy down 45 yards down the field. This is a middle linebacker making a play on a skill guy in open field from 40 yards away. Like that kind of stuff, when some of my coach buddies turned on that highlight, they're like, this kid's unbelievable. Yeah. But he's not that dude that's out there, trying to draw attention to himself. And so the purpose of having him on the podcast is let's get him a little attention, because he is a kid that's not going to go out there. And his dad gets frustrated, and he's like, Dan's one of my good friends. I got to get more out of Brady. Well, Brady's doing his own thing. He's doing it right.
Right.
And part of this podcast is giving kids a platform of, say, hey, look at this kid because he can really play.
Absolutely. And, obviously that Mike linebacker, and correct me if I'm wrong, that is the quarterback of the defense, right?
Yeah.
And how much rests on you in making sure the play is called correctly and everyone's where they need to be?
Well, every time I'm the one getting the signals, bringing it in, helping everyone knowing where to go, and really just runs off of the defense. Yeah,
and we obviously we talk so much quarterback and preparation in the film and the way they do it. I guess maybe just take me through what it's like to prepare for an opposing offense and what you look for on film, tendencies, stuff like that.
Every week, just look through film, seeing what the guards do, what the running back's going to do, every play, watching it every night for about, I'd say, no more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And just seeing what the keys are, what their tendencies, and going off of that.
So like when they were preparing for Natchitoches Central, this was really good tidbit of information. And he's the one that gave it to me, right? If the back was in the pistol, 90% of the time it was a run play. If the back was on the bar next to the quarterback, 90% of the time it was a pass play. Well, he came up with that immediately. So I'm like, no, there's no way that Natchitoches Central's not self-scouting. Run it back. In the games leading up to before they played now, I mean, it is what it is. The games that they scouted, the things that he saw, he was right. It was like 88, 89%. So he's being coached well. And the way that they scheme teams is, So 1 week he may be reading guards. If they're a team that's a heavy gap scheme that like to pull, he'll be reading guards and he's fitting gaps a certain way. If the H-back is on one side, he may be reading the back, the alignment of the running back, alignment of the H-back, alignment of the tight end. And he has to pick up on all these movement keys. And if he's not right, there may be a gaping hole where there's not a defender in there. So as much as it is that a play has to be executed correctly on the offensive side of the ball, it stands out when it's not. On defense, it stands out in explosive plays, big runs, right? Why is there nobody in that gap? So he has just as big of a job on the defensive side trying to match wits with not only the quarterback, but the offensive coordinator. He's the representative of the defensive staff on the field, and he's got to navigate all of that for 4 quarters, and he's got to be right. Yeah,
and obviously District 158, no secret, very offensive heavy. I mean, my goodness, the skill guys on every team is ridiculous. I mean, just having to chase down someone like Jamarcia Plater for Shreve is probably not easy. How difficult is your job week in and week out as you are in district play now?
I mean, it's pretty hard. All these guys are big, they're fast, they're strong. Everyone out here 5A just giving it their all. You got to make some plays whenever they come your way, and you got to do other people's jobs as well.
And how do you stay, like, I think at some games it's almost inevitable that the team's going to get, over 30 in these games. We've seen these high-scoring games every week. How do you kind of stay grounded if you do give up something, just to say, hey, we're good, it's going to happen, we need to focus on the next one?
Well, knowing not everyone's perfect, it's bound to happen here and there. So.
Right.
Yeah, well, the main thing is with Parkway's defense, they've got an offense that can score.
Right.
And they're creative on special teams. So that does take a little bit of the pressure off of Brady and the Panthers on defense. But at the same time, you watch their games, a lot of them haven't been close. This last one was close with Airline, and you're going to get into Shreve, and then you're going to have, Evangel coming up. All of those are different types of games. Evangel's going to be very pass heavy. Shreve's going to be very run heavy. And so it's a unique dynamic that, okay, they don't have to make every single play, but they got to make enough plays where they have one more point than the other team at the end.
Yeah, and Huntington being the next opponent for you guys, correct?
Correct.
Their offense is really good too. Justin Whitaker's out there slinging it. I mean, what kind of challenge do you think they present for you?
Huge passing challenge. I mean, they got, 2 guys that are out there able to play college ball. We just got to be able to cover them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach, I know we've mentioned it, I've mentioned it a bunch, but you work primarily with quarterbacks. How does your job change when you're working with a defensive guy?
Not much. It doesn't really change much. There's still technique that goes around. I try to tell defensive guys like Brady when we watch film, here's what gives me problems as an offensive coach.
Right.
Here's what we're keying on with this type of concept. When we're running in these alignments, these are our things that we like to do. So if you're going to read something, pay attention to the formation and pay attention to these read keys, because this is ultimately things that we as offensive coordinators are trying to do to defenses. Now, everybody's scheme's different, but some of the rules apply, formationally and conceptually. They do apply. And so I try to give him just little tidbits when he asks, but most of the time they already have it. He really just wants, hey, are we seeing this right? Is there anything that I'm not seeing with this? And then if it's a team that I know a lot about, hey, look, this kid can really play. Owen Smith, Natchitoches Central, if he gets outside, he can run. I mean, he can really run. And he's an eyes downfield passer. So if you could just string him out long enough, he's fast enough to run him down because he's trying to throw it before he's trying to run it. So it's little stuff like that. I mean, Brady's even come out and run routes for our quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, he just wants to get work and get better. And he's got that drive. And I know from hearing his dad, Brady's got to do more. Brady's got to do more. Brady's got to do more, right? And he's aware of that. But he's putting in the work, and he's doing everything he can to do things the right way. And that's what I'm the most proud about, is just to see the growth from the junior year to the senior year on tape. He looks like a better, more well-rounded, better developed linebacker, and he's playing great.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that in mind, Brady, what do you think maybe was the 1 or 2 things that you really focused on to get better on this year in your game?
Just being faster on my reads, being more aggressive. That's really it. I mean, being more aggressive is what gets you to the ball faster, what makes you want to have those extra plays.
Yeah, and Coach mentioned your dad a couple times.
Yes.
How tough is he on you here?
Oh, every now and then. I make a mistake, he's right up there on me.
Love it. Well, I used to. I played hockey growing up, and I was a goalie, right? And my dad, Dave, one of the best guys in the world. He would sit behind the net if he was able to, right on the glass, just like this, all game, just watching. And I would just do my best. Don't look back. Just don't look back. 'Cause especially when I lit one up, you turn around. I just go. My head was because I didn't want to see the.
You knew it was coming.
Oh yeah, and I'm just. This car ride home is going to be fantastic. But with that being said, I'm sure you appreciate it now, but you learn to appreciate it even more so as you get older. So it is it is helpful. And I know you know all about that with Eli too.
Well, I mean, I took the opposite approach, and I've told Dan this. And Dan wants what's best for his kid. He's your typical football dad, right? But at the same time, he's one of those that he loves Brady well. Like he's not loving him because he's playing better or playing worse. It doesn't change. You know what I mean? But with Eli, you that last year, it's like, what more can I say? Now I want to savor every moment because this is it. Yep. You know, and we went into every game. I can remember having conversations. We were playing catch in pregame, and it was just reminiscing on all the years that we've been together. And so, you know, it's one of those deals where I told Dan, like, you're going to blink and it's over. Yeah. And he's going to remember the things you say more his senior year than any year that you've ever said anything to him. So, you know, you can see Brady is doing the things that Dan has been pushing him to do. I mean, Dan's a big dude, you know, bowed up, big dude, athletic. And Brady is way more athletic than his dad, like way more athletic. I mean, he can like really, really run. He's super fast. So it's just fun to hear Dan, talk about what he wants to see Brady do. And I'm like, are you not seeing that? Because I mean, he's doing it. Like he's standing out. He's doing everything that you want him to do. So, for my boy DP Deacon, leave Brady alone. He's going to be all right.
And your mom, and your mom just happened to be recording that part where you definitely agreed that you're a little more athletic than Pops. That is true, correct?
Correct.
Love it. All right, yeah. And I don't know about your dad, but I know my dad would say, heck no, that is not true. We'll settle this out right now. We used to play, like the NHL hockey games, right? And we would do, we'd spend a whole Saturday, Sunday, 7-game playoff series, me against him. And every time there was a fight in the game, and if I would win the fight, he would then pause it and say, all right, well, let's see how tough you are here.
I'm picking on Dan just because I know he's going to watch this and he's going to be like, Harper, I can't believe you said those things. Like, it's just funny to hear Dan, talk about things like that. So, and we've been doing this now for the last 3 years, having these conversations. Dan's in my men's group. He's one of our leaders and deacons in our church. And so we have conversations, and it's those phone calls, those dark night of the souls, like, hey, what do you think about Brady's prospects of playing at the next level? Like, he wants what's best for his son. And at the end of the day, it's all fun and games, but Brady's taking care of business. And him getting the Griffins game balls just – one of the many accolades that'll be following him this year after the things that he's going to accomplish.
Well, and part of taking care of business is one of the reasons you got that Griffins game ball is because of academics. And where does that motivation come from to make the grades as well?
I mean, that comes from my mom. She's on me all the night, making sure I have all my homework done. I'm out here looking, making sure I have everything. She'll come up behind me saying, this is missing, go work on it. Don't go to bed till it's done.
That's right. Well, that is a hot woman right there.
Yeah, she is.
Smart. You got to love it.
She is.
And how does that relationship work? I mean, you got a mom that's rooting for the Bucks here?
No. No. She's a Panther.
Love it. Love it. Well, I've been wearing a Parkway hat for a long time, thanks to guys like you. So
you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I thought about bringing it today. I was like, you know what? I've wore it enough. I had it on the Mudbugs game. Wore it to the Mudbugs game the other night. I was getting chirped left and right, so it was real nice. Well, Leah, man, we love having you in here, man. It's been awesome to talk to you. Coach and I usually go through some games from last week and stuff from this week, so you can chime in whenever because you know a lot more probably about these teams than I do because you play a lot of them. But last week for me, Coach, I think the atmosphere of Evangel and Captain Shreve was unbelievable. I went out to that game. Took about 45 minutes just to find a place to park. It was insane. But it seemed like they were going to trade scores all night. It was going to be one of those games until Plater gets hurt.
Yeah, I noticed the game kind of hinged on his availability. What was the outcome? Did he come back in the game? Because
I think he tried to get back in, but the crazy thing to me was they were running him out of the Wildcat steady.
Yeah,
they weren't putting Gaskin in at all. They brought Gaskin in on a 4th and long, and they converted, and they went right back to the Wildcat. And Plater got hurt on one of those Wildcat plays. And I guess that's something they'd been saving because I hadn't seen him do it much this year. I don't know if you've seen it.
No, we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's one thing that was kind of rumored that they were trying to put in this year. And I think some of that, you had the quarterback that was there that transferred to Calvary.
Right.
that's when that information kind of got out that they may be in more of a single wing type set. That's, it's really kind of what we're doing at Bossier at Montrevel. So I was surprised by that final score, but it made sense when I heard that, Plater went down.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, you could just
now Evangel kind of sits there at the top of 1-5A,
waiting on them,
and it's kind of a showdown between those two. And that's week 10, right?
Week 10.
Yeah,
of course.
Let's not talk about that.
No,
so
we
no bulletin board.
We won't talk
material.
about that, but we can talk a little bit about that game against Airline because it was wild, right? And you guys had to make the play at the end to hang on. Man, I'm sure it had to feel good to get a win over those guys. They've been kind of dominating this league.
Yes, it was a great game, and it was just amazing beating them first time in, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah. Yeah, and what did you see from that one? I'm sure you watched
Well, when we finished our game, we turned it on in the field house and watched every second of it. And the thing that stood out to me was, Parkway was opportunistic on both sides of the ball, and it seemed like Airline just didn't have that, ability to kind of throw it out there and make the big play like they've had the last few years. And so I think I attribute most of that to the fact that Parkway kind of had it figured out how they were going to defend, and they weren't giving up the big play.
Yeah, it's crazy that Airlines lost 3 in a row in all of those games they were in, and I mean I still feel like Airline's a team come playoff time that you
they'll be a problem.
Yeah, you probably don't want to see, and I'm sure it was fun chasing around Kenny Darby one last time. Huh?
Yes.
That's awesome, man. That was a quick, it was all right.
Yeah.
So looking into this week, it's kind of another one of those weeks where we don't have anything massive, right? We're going with Union Parish and Calvary for our game of the week. I think it'll be a Calvary win.
Yeah, I mean, Union's not what Union's been. It's not that they're not great, though.
Yeah.
They'll get foot to foot, and they'll get in the eye, and they're going to run GT until you can stop it. And if you can't stop it, it'll be a long night. Coach Spatafora does a great job. He'll have his guys ready to go. I don't know much about this brand of Union Parish football. I've just seen some of the scores, and it doesn't seem like they, are there offensively as they normally are. But Calvary's trying to. They're figuring it out offensively. I mean, Hudson Price is spinning it really well, and I think he's limited some of the turnovers that he's having early in the year, but those turnovers were against really, really good competition. Right. So the number 1 team in 4A, Franklin Parish at one point, and then I think they had Neville. They had some pretty tough games. And so if you turn the ball over against teams that are going to be in the Dome in December, you can learn from it. So I think he's kind of turned the corner, and he's getting those reps that he needs. And Calvary's offense is looking pretty good.
And why in the world do people keep kicking it to Braylon Hugon?
They haven't learned.
It's like every single
It's almost like they don't watch the special teams cut-ups on Huddle.
Yeah, or just watch Friday Football Fever because every dang week, Braylon Hugon's returning a kick for a touchdown. Yeah. That's crazy. I think it was I want to say Homer came right down and scored on him.
Yep.
Ensuing kickoff goes to Hugon, and I mean, no one was close to touching him. He was gone. Did want to mention Southwood a bit. They won again.
Yep.
3 wins now under Diamante Johnson. Things get a little tougher, though, at North DeSoto.
Yeah. Their schedule sets up like ours.
Yeah.
It's like you got the winnable games up to week 5, and then it's like murderer's row. And so, this one's going to be a tough one. I mean, North DeSoto is not – they're not taking anybody lightly. You saw the score against Minden, and that stood out, 63 points, against a really good Minden team, and then held Minden scoreless for most of the ball game. It was a very impressive win. So this one will be a tough one for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you guys have Northwood at home.
Yeah, not going to be any easier for us either.
Right.
So
yeah, the Falcons looking pretty good.
If we could just get through this week and next week, somewhat healthy, we'll be okay.
Another interesting one I found, Destrehan coming up to face Shreve. I mean, I know a lot of it depends on how Plater's doing, but it's a pretty good matchup, especially out of district this late in the year.
Last year the score was way more competitive. Destrehan won, I think, by 3 points, right?
Something like that.
It was really close. So, I think that you'll have another competitive ball game. But if Plater's not out there, it hurts their chances. I mean, it doesn't mean they can't win. They've got another really good running back. The Gaskin kid can spin it. But the question is, can they put up the points to take the pressure off the defense? That's going to be a tough one.
And just going through some other ones, Booker T. Washington at Minden, that game could get interesting too, I think.
Just matters if BT Dub's quarterback is back. He didn't play. He didn't play last week. And look, the kid's 6'4", 6'5", and he can spin it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know a lot about the kid because he's a sophomore, but he started last year for him. He's really good. So if he's on the field, if you watch Minden's film, they're susceptible to the pass. They'll stop the run. Well, what did Delafield and them do really well? They threw the ball on them, right? What did Loyola do really well on them? They threw the ball on them. So if you're going to put pressure on Minden's secondary, this is the week to do it. And if their quarterback's back, anything can happen.
Yep, absolutely. Loyola hosts Woodlawn. Feels like a 7-0 Loyola squad.
Yeah, I think so. Now, one thing you can't count out with Woodlawn, if they show up and they're playing sound defense, they have so many athletes. Like, they got 11 dudes that can run sideline to sideline. So you never know. You get in a game like that and you're kind of looking forward to I'm not saying Loyola would do that. We were really hoping they would do that when they played us.
Yeah, right.
They didn't, right? So, there's always, these are 15, 18-year-old kids.
Right.
Right? And so we talk about them like they're seasoned professionals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything can happen in these games. So don't count anybody out regardless of record.
No, and I did kind of. He reminded me of something I love to ask guys. How weird is it that the way that we do kind of cover this? We're in a town where high school football is the attraction,
Yes.
right? Places like New Orleans, their high school football is very good, but their local guys are covering the Saints in college and stuff like that. To kind of really be the sole focus this time of year, to kind of be treated like you're professionals, like how cool is it, and how much do you guys watch all the coverage and follow it yourselves?
I mean, we think it's really cool that everyone's coming out watching us. I mean, coming here mainly for us, just watching all the ball being played, and we're all doing our hardest to give everyone a show.
Yeah, man, and I mean, y'all put on quite a show, and we just show it off. I tell people all the time the stars of our show are guys like Brady, guys on the field, because without them, it would just be me.
And we're seeing really good high school football. I mean, if we're honest, Northwest Louisiana's got two of the top passers in the state.
Yep.
It was like this for the last 4 years. Even when we started doing this podcast in 2018, we had dudes that were pretty good, right? But we didn't have this many that were this good. And so you're seeing guys on both sides of the ball that, regardless of where they end up playing college ball, it's some of the best high school football we've seen in many years. So
yeah, I mean, I can't think of games where we've had so many recruits on either sides, and it feels like it's every week.
Or 70-point scores, like you saw that with Reynolds and them in 21 a little bit, and then you saw some with Halton a little bit, but you didn't see everybody doing it, and you're seeing 4, 5, 6 teams a year scoring 70 points. That's insane.
Love it. All right, time for our Arkansas pick.
What you got?
Okay, Murfreesboro won last week. I cannot remember who picked who.
I think I picked Murfreesboro because the other team was
Dirks.
Dirks.
You're right.
And the other guy picked the Dirks. Yeah.
So you're 2-0. The other guy being Bryce Restovich.
Yeah.
Coach wanted to get some advanced scouting on Bryce last week. Didn't pay off, but we
No, I knew it wasn't going to pay
we
off.
tried. But
shoot.
So what we do is we cover 3 states, right? And Oklahoma. We really cover 4.
Yeah.
So we try to pick an Arkansas game that Coach knows nothing about.
Okay.
And just get him to take a choice.
And then you get the other one.
And then you get the other one. Or whatever. Y'all can talk it out between yourselves. So I'm going to go through it. And I know that this is usually a good game. All right? One of my favorite nicknames of a team. We've got the Ashdown Panthers versus the Nashville Scrappers.
Oh, man. Well, he's probably going to pick the Panthers because he's a Panther.
That's a good point. That's why I did that.
Is that who you want to go with?
No, I'm going with the Scrappers.
Let's go.
Okay, then I'll take Ashdown. What's the the records?
Do I ever?
No, you never do.
Yeah. Matt, stats department, can you tell us the records of Ashdown and Nashville, and we'll just yap until we get there. We got.
Hey, you know a game
nice
we
to know before.
Well, I know, but
hey, one of the games we didn't talk about from last week was Mansfield Red River.
yes, let's talk about it.
38-30.
Yeah.
And at one point it was like 30-16 or something like that. So Mansfield's sitting in the driver's seat in 3-2A. It's very impressive. That was a game that I didn't think was going to go that way.
I'm feeling good about Brady's chances in this one.
Let me guess. My team hasn't won a game all year.
They've won one.
Jeez.
Let's go Scrappers.
And Nashville's what?
4-2. What did
That's
you
Bush
just say?
League, man.
What did he just say about 3 minutes ago? These are 15, 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, whatever.
Anything.
I like it,
Any given Friday.
Yeah, it's just a talking point. That's
Yeah.
all.
No. Well, you got to lose one of them. I mean, the 2-0, we can't let you
Well,
get
if I
two.
lose to Brady, it's okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll
no.
just rub it in your face at church.
Yeah, that'll be, well, whatever.
And as we've established earlier, I've been taking L's to Parkway for 5 years, so it's not that bad. It'll be all right.
May be longer than 5, too, from
Now-
the looks of things.
Now, granted, you do have a Houghton coach, too, a guy from Houghton that is your coach.
And y'all don't have Parkway coaches?
Well, our head coach is this one right here is
Yeah,
tough.
I'm
right?
telling you, he's quick. He's quick on the draw,
He's
bro.
very good at defense. You're defending every point I've
Yeah,
got very well,
exactly.
so that is
Yeah.
that is impressive, man.
Probably be
Well,
a really good hockey player, too.
yeah, well,
Dad
Probably.
would have been proud.
yeah, I love it, man. All right, well, anything else you got for Brady before we wrap this thing
No,
up?
man, I'm just proud of Brady and what he's doing this year, and excited to see how things develop. And I know that he's got some colleges that are interested in him. I've had a
Awesome.
couple of coaches that I've talked to that love his tape, and so it's just exciting to see a family friend finish out his career. And they have big goals. I mean,
Right.
they'd like to be playing in December. So I've already booked my room at the Hyatt. So I plan on being down there, and it would be pretty cool to see Brady. If he got an opportunity to get that deep, that'd be awesome.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. We haven't seen. It's been a long time since we saw Parkway there. It was Brandon Harris.
2013.
Days back there.
13.
Yep, that was. It's there. You guys are due. I really pulling for you guys, and I know we joke all the time, Houghton Parkway, but you guys are awesome, and
Thank you.
everyone around here. It's impossible to not root for all of them. It sucks when they play in the playoffs. I hate that because it's
Yeah.
like, well, whatever. Playoffs are the best time of year because we can just decisively root for one side, and we don't have to worry about making anyone else mad. So, man, Brady, you're awesome, dude. Griffin's Player of the Week, guest on the podcast, and why don't you go make a top play for us Friday too, so we can get you on there.
Pick
All
six.
Pick six?
Pick six.
All right.
But just make sure you see someone in a pink shirt filming first before you do it, because we're not there the whole time. So,
Yeah. Run it over to them.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly. See, it's figured out quick. Thanks again, as always, Coach.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back here next week on the 3 Fever Point After podcast. You can watch him and a lot of other teams in action on Friday Football Fever, Southern Classic Chickens, Friday Football Fever, 10:30 on Friday, KPXJ CW 21. We'll see you there.